Hello, in this video we will understand about the cardiomyopathy. The cardiomyopathy is the inflammation of the myocarditis of the heart. So the myocarditis is the muscular layer of the heart is responsible for the contraction and relaxation for the pumping out the blood and input of the blood and output of the blood. So cardiomyopathy is the heart muscle disease cause difficulty to pump blood rest of the body. This is the person which that's contain heart, and this heart is basically is the organ used for the pumping of the blood as a circulatory system. So our circulatory system is the closed double circuit circulatory system contain lungs and pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein as well as the systemic artery and systemic vein. This is the aorta and this right and left atrium and ventricle. And the right ventricle is basically thin as compared to the left ventricle. So the left ventricle is important for the ejection of the blood throughout the body. So that is why it is thick. This is the coronary artery. The coronary artery disease is the important cause of the cardiomyopathy, and this because the less oxygen provided will lead to basically not contract easily that heart muscle, the right left atrium, left ventricle. So in this way the left ventricle will more thick for the compete against the coronary heart disease. The cardiomyopathy divided into the dilated cardiomyopathy and constricted cardiomyopathy. This is the peripartum dystrophy. In this, a thin wall of the ventricle, the left ventricle, and hypertrophy or atrophy, and the cardiac muscle build up fluid in lungs and lead to edema in the leg and in the lungs, and on the other hand in the arms and throughout the body. The hypertrophy will occur due to the constricted wall of the ventricle will occur due to the hypertrophic, and in this will lead to decrease the volume of heart ventricle to input decrease and same the output also decrease. So it can be coronary disease. Let's understand about the different causes and how it's occur. Inflammation of heart wall is known as the myocarditis. In the myocardium, the muscle wall, the cardiac muscle wall will inflame. Thin due to atrophy and thick due to hypertrophy or dystrophy. So the dystrophy is also the thin muscle wall. So the heart muscle wall. Viral or bacterial infection and autoimmune disorder like myasthenia gravis, and poliomyelitis and coronary artery disease as well as hypotension or hypertension will lead to cause cardiomyopathy. Here is the left and right atrium and left and right ventricle. So the left ventricle will more thick as compared to the right, and its thickness is due to the ejection of the blood easy, and more contraction will lead to eject the blood throughout the body. In this way, the cardiomyocytes basically contain intercalated disc. This intercalated disc is important due to that one polarization of the muscle fiber of the cardiomyocyte will lead to ultimately contract the other due to the depolarization due to the intercalated disc will depolarize the other muscles. In this way, the one muscle will contract will lead to whole heart will contract. The cardiomyopathy is due to weak heart muscle for ejection of blood into body. The input increase if the output decrease, so lead to cause the heart arrhythmia and stroke. Input decrease but output decrease in dilated muscle, remember, because the muscle weakness. So in this way the input will decrease if the output also decrease but the heart rate will increase, is known as arrhythmia. So arrhythmia can occur. This is the cardiomyocyte. Let's understand about the neural innervation, the autonomic nervous system, the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system will involve acetylcholine will release from the motor nerve, the autonomic motor nerve, which that will sinoatrial node depolarization lead to atrioventricular node depolarization for atrial and ventricular systolic pressure and diastolic. This is the sinoatrial node depolarization will lead to intercalated disc, will lead to depolarization ultimately autonomically throughout the heart. Basically the depolarization occur in the sinoatrial node will transmit through a low calcium gated channel, which there will lead to action potential to another muscle cell. Another cardiac muscle cell will lead to contraction of muscle waves will occur. In this way, the atrial systolic wave will transmit to the ventricular systolic phase will lead to ventricular contract. Symptom of the cardiomyopathy is a lot of symptom, shortness of breath even at rest. So the hypoxemia will occur in our blood. So the low level of oxygen, while the carbon dioxide will increase even, will lead to acidosis. So the bloating of stomach area due to fluid buildup and the dizziness, fainting due to the less oxygen provided into the nervous system, cough while lying down, chest pain during the activity or heavy meals, heartbeat that feel rapid, pounding and fluttering, fatigue even after the getting rest, and swelling of the legs, ankles, feet, stomach area and neck veins. So remember that things. Anyhow, now we will understand about the causes and pathophysiology. A little bit understand about the pathophysiology. A lot of the causes and a lot of the way of cardiomyopathy occur, but in this video we will understand just overview for understanding better. So this is the spinal cord cross section, dorsal root of ganglion and ventral root of ganglion. The dorsal root of ganglion will get the signal lead to the situation like sympathetic and parasympathetic. Alcoholism will cause many problems like the peripheral neuropathy. So the peripheral neuropathy means the demyelination and poor myelination of the motor neuron. This autonomic motor neuron will poor myelinated. Peripheral neuropathy is the disease of the nervous system, the peripheral nervous system, autonomic. Signals from the brain autonomically, not faster. So the muscle contraction lose to muscle adaptation for autoconstriction. In this way, the cardiomyopathy will occur. In this way, the changes of the function and structure of the cardiomyocyte will lead to cardiomyopathy. On the other hand, a lot more important things, the neuropathy is due to the another things like here is the blood circulatory system. So whenever the blood circulatory system in the coronary artery will problem like atherosclerosis or arteriosclerosis, an autoimmune disorder which that bind with the acetylcholine receptor, and in this way the acetylcholine will not bind with the receptor, will lead to not depolarization more. So free fatty acid and glucose is used for the heart muscle, while the type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance also cause the cardiomyopathy, and hypoxia due to the coronary artery disease will lead to basically glucose deficiency, and apoptosis of the neuron also occur, and hypoxia due to the atherosclerosis. Here you can see this is the hypoxia will lead to hypoxemia will lead to hypoxia. So the hypoxemia is the blood oxygen level low, while the oxygen level low of the neuron. So in this way, and cardiomyocyte will lead to change, the adaptation of the cell. The bacterial infection, viral infection, and arteriosclerosis, thrombosis in the heart, blood clotting, and blood clotting stimulation, and diabetic cardiomyopathy. While the connective tissue disease, family history, heart failure, coronary heart disease, disease that can damage heart such as hemochromatosis, sarcoidosis, as well as the amyloidosis. On the other hand, the endocrine disease, infection, endocrine disease means thyroid problem, and infection, heart muscle, and muscular dystrophy, as well as pregnancy, is the major cause of the cardiomyopathy. I hope you make sense about the cardiomyopathy. Basically, the cardiomyopathy is the problem in the muscle of the heart wall. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video for this time. Bye. Please make sure to subscribe. Bye.